Today, we're going to be walking you through a new construction pre-drywall inspection. I always recommend, if you're buying a newly constructed home, to have it inspected. Builders try really hard to provide a quality product, but the truth of the matter is they can't watch all of their subcontractors all of the time. That's our job. We'll come in pre-drywall, check everything, make sure the electrical, the HVAC, the plumbing, the hurricane tie down, all of these things have been put in place the way that they should have. Then we'll go through on a final walkthrough before closing to make sure that everything is as it should be and that you are going to get the dream home that you're paying for. So let's go inside, have a look around, and we'll see you inside. So as we enter the home, one of the first things that we're going to take a look at is the framing. We like to look at the home's pre-drywall because all of the framing is open and easily visible. So I want to look at all of the truss structure. This is the roof structure. These are the trusses. I'm looking to make sure that none of them have been damaged in shipping or in installation. I'm looking for any broken wood. Make sure that they're all tied off the way that they should be, that they're blocked properly, and that there are no issues that are going to show up later. Another thing that we're looking for, we want to see if there's any moisture that's showing up on any of the underside of the roof deck. To see if maybe there's a roof leak, maybe the sheathing got wet before the shingles got put on. We want to make sure that there's no issues with any of that. So another thing that we can do on the pre-drywall inspection is to look at the structural tie-down system. This particular home has a threaded rod system where a steel rod is embedded into the concrete. It's run through the top plate of the framing and bolted to the slab. Then the trusses are secured to the top plate with a hurricane clip. This is tying everything back into the slab. This is the preferred method of framing and tie down. There are other contractors that are using different methods. Some of them have gone to using a screw to hold the truss in place. I'm a much bigger fan of the hurricane clip, as it's visible, you know it's there, and you know it's doing its job. So another thing that we're looking at on our pre-drywall inspection is the rough plumbing. So in this case, we have a master vanity that has been plumbed for 2 sinks. Some of the things that we're looking at is to make sure that the water lines are insulated from the concrete, that if they are on the outer edge of the stud, that a nailer plate is in place to prevent them from being damaged by the drywall installation. Here we have our waste lines and our vent for our waste lines. We're making sure that it is in place and that it goes through the roof. So these are just some of the things that we are looking at when we do our pre-drywall inspection. We're going to go through, we're going to look at all of the plumbing in all of the home. So this is our electrical panel. Again, we are doing our pre-drywall so we can see everything as it comes into the electrical panel. We're going to check up here top. The wires are pretty close to the edge of the 2x4. We're going to make sure that they put nail plates on the edge of those 2x4 so that there's no danger on the sheetrock installation of a screw hitting any of those wires. We'll make sure that the bushings have been placed where the wires are coming in to the panel. Just going to make sure that all of this is done the way that it should be. We're going to look at the boxes on how the wires come into the box. Make sure that they're stapled and that none of the staples have broken the plastic exterior of the wire. Again, these are things that we're looking out for to make sure that everything is as it should be before the drywall goes in place. We're going to check the AC duct work. This is the rough end portion of the AC work. We're looking at the duct lines to make sure that they're attached to the registers properly. We're going to look to make sure that the duct boxes are sealed the way that they should be and that the duct work has been installed properly on the boxes. So if we look up, we can see all of our duct work. This is a duct box You can see that the ductwork has been taped to the box. The corners of the box are sealed. So we're looking for any places where the tape may have gaps in it, any places where there is the opportunity for air leakage. These are our main trunk lines. One of these is going to be the return. One of these is going to be the supply. These are our registers here. You see the ductwork is attached to the top of that register. They appear to be taped the way they should be, and everything looks to be in good condition. So this is just another thing that we're checking to make sure that before the drywall goes on, these things that we can see now that we won't be able to see later are in place and are in the proper condition.
One of the other things that we're going to look at when we do our new construction pre-drywall, this is a good time for us to take a look at the roof. You want to do that early in the construction process. If there are any issues, we don't want to have leaks with the mechanical systems or the drywall in place that could cause a moisture issue down the road. We're going to take a really good look at the roof, make sure all of our flashing is in place. We're going to look for low nails. The roofers sometimes get in a bit of a hurry when they're nailing the shingles on. They'll miss with the nail and it'll be below the shingle tab where it's exposed. It could cause a leak in the future. Make sure all our plumbing boots are in place. They've been installed properly. Just look everything over really good for anything that might cause an issue down the road. So let's go up on the roof and have a look around. So again, one of the things that we're looking at when we're doing our new construction roof inspection is our plumbing vents. Now this vent has an issue, is the pipe should not terminate any less than 6 inches above the roof line. So this pipe should be up about this high. The boot itself appears to be okay, but the pipe should come up out of the roof a little bit more. So I'm going to take a picture of this and we're going to put that in our report to the builder that this plumbing stack needs to be extended above the roof a minimum of 6 inches. So another thing that we can check on our new construction pre-drywall inspection is the flashing on the chimney. Now, once the siding's on, we won't be able to see this, but we can take a look at it now. So I'm taking a look at the flashing to see how it's sealed to the roof. It looks like they used a good sealant. They sealed the shingles down around the flashing very well. So again, this is just another thing that we're looking for on our new construction inspection. So I've walked the roof and looked at it really good, looking for any low nails, shingles that are too low, or anything that would be a problem. I did not see any of that, so this is a good installation. Another thing that we check is we want to look at our valleys. So the valley has the cut on the upper shingle as if water would travel down the hill and not underneath the shingle. So this one has been done properly. The other thing that they have to do by code is to glue the valley shingle. The top valley shingle is glued to the shingle beneath. So as you see, as I try to pull up on these, that it's glued and that it's installed properly. So this valley is a good valley and doesn't have any issues.